Hi, I'm Julian and I will present the project of the Botanical Garden in Monterrey. This project is ubicated in Monterrey between in a terrain of 80,000 of meters square. And in this page, we can see a little bit of the explanation of how we construct the project. First, we put like a small site analysis where we can like identify the most important things of the site. That is that we are ubicated in between two avenues. That is the avenue that is on the top is the Boulevard Diaz Ordaz. That is the slower avenue, and in the downside we have Avenida Antonio L, that is the most fast avenue in the context. And we also identify some important things to consider to the project. That is that we have three types of users in the context. That is the the side of the residential side, the offices, and the side of industry. The industry we have it in the top side, and in the right side we have the residential zone, and in the left side we have the offices side. So with this in the project, we know that we have a lot of types of users that can be able to get in the site. So, with this in consider, we propose that the most thing that we will be a good idea to put in this site is a botanical garden. So, because with this in consider, with all the site analysis, we consider that if we have three types of users, the solution that we need to get is to have a connection between all these type of users, and have because the context of Monterrey, there is no places that are like for culture, for connect with other people. Like the people live so fast in this city. So our solution is to make a botanical garden that we can see in the collage of the right side. That is, we have this concept to connect all the people in the same place, using the nature as an excuse to connect with all the people of all different parts of Monterrey. So in the downside, in the right side, we have diagrams of how will be the paths that we will be um, project in this project. That we have two different types of paths, of possible paths. That is paths that are more like circular with a form more natural, and a paths with straight lines that is more orthogonal. So in this diagram, we can see that the paths that are more curved with a shape of a circle are paths like can adapt more with the nature, with the trees, and also can connect more to the people. For example, in the downside, in the left side, we see that we can connect more people in small places, in small meters, with paths like are more circular, and also this can connect the people and the nature. In the other side, in the straight lines, in that path, we can see that the connection, yes, it can be possible, but it's not stronger that connection with circular paths or paths with a form more natural, no? And at last, we can see in the left side, in the downside, with this circular site analysis, we can see that first we we propose that we have to get these meeting points in that specific points, because the other red rectangles that are on the side are rectangles of other projects that are will be created in that site. So we select that the botanical garden must to have like an entrance from the slower avenue and get in the middle of the site. So in this way we can connect all the people of the three different sites of all the people users to get on into the site, into the center of the site, and can feel more like an entrance, more welcome to the project. And in the second diagram, we can see that we want to have a connection with all the projects that will be project in the site, because we think like this is relevant for more connection of that other users that will be, for example, people that are going to the in the site is a theater that it will be project, and daycare, for example. All that users we want to have a connection, and that the garden can dialogue with all these projects. And at last, we select that we have the highest point is part of the is in the middle of in the site. So we want that have to take advantage of this highest point, to have a meeting point, the most important meeting point of the botanical garden, because in this way we can take advantage of the view that we can see in the most in the top side, in the diagram that is more big. We can have like this view of the Sierra Madre in a better way. And alas, in the diagram the diagram that is in the downside, in the right side, we have all this connection diagram with all the typologies that we will have in the botanical garden. That is the exterior garden, the greenhouse, the herb and exposition rooms, labs. All these things we consider that is the most important like things of the program that can make us um, take advantage for have this for complete this proposal of connect all the people in the same place with using the nature as excuse. Okay, so in this page we have all the plans of all the project. So in the top side we have the most important plan, that is the master plan. That here we can see all how the botanical garden dialogue with all the projects of the surrounding. So in that most top side, in the entrance of the project, we have a vegetable patch that have connection with a gastronomical market. And if you continue with the main path, you can go to the exposition hall and the herbary that is in the same building, that have a connection with the daycare for the kids can go to take and to go to this place to have classes and all and other things related with the nature. So also in that part we have a place that we don't put trees, because we want to this different places with trees and with no trees, for people can like take the sun and all these things that a botanical garden must have. And with all these paths, we have a connection with two of the greenhouses. One greenhouse is with a biome of cloud forest, and the other is with the biome of rainforest. And these two greenhouses are the circular that are in the middle of the project, because this is the highest point of the project, so the sun um, can go into the greenhouse in a more better way. And also we have this like the center of the project, the biggest meeting point for the people can connect each other using the nature as an excuse, and to explore the nature in the middle of the project. So in the right side we have the labs, and in the same place of the labs we have a square, and at the same place we have a theater pavilion, because we want to have this connection in the tops of that part, and in the bottom of that part we have a theater and a sports center. So we have to all different part of people can go in that way and make the activity that they want to do. For example, we have the square to have like meeting biggest meeting points in that parts. The labs for the people that work in the botanical garden, pues can go there and work, and the theater pavilion because if they want to have smallest functions that cannot be able to do in the theater, they can go to this place and make the activities that they want to do in the taking advantage of the nature of the botanical garden, using like the landscape as a background of the theater. The explication of the of which types of plants and vegetation it will be in each part of the botanical garden. So the in these diagrams we can see all the trees and vegetation that will be and um, like a visualization of how will be the paths and how will be the experience in each part of the botanical garden. So in the bottom side, here we have the explanation of our three types of paths that are for different types of users. So in these three types of paths in the same place, we can have more connection of the people. We can connect more people in the same place because first we have the main path that the user is people seeking connection with both nature and other people. The material of the path will be cobblestone and the wide will be 3 meters to have more people and great amount of people in that path. And there is a visualization of how will be the paths of the botanical garden. And then we have the secondary path that I use it is people seeking more intimate experience with nature. The material is compact earth and the width is 2 meters. So we can have a like more intimate experience and people that are want to connect with people, but with explore more the nature and feel more connected with the nature and vegetation. And at last, we have the elevated walkway that uses people who want to explore nature from a different perspective in the perspective more taller, and the height is 1.5 meters, and the material is metal. So with this, we can take a connection in a different way of the main path of the botanical garden. I mean. And at last, we have this page of the visualizations, which we can see the aerial view of the botanical garden with all the people like having a connection in the same place and connect each other in the same place, but taking like the nature as excuse to explore together in the same place and connect and have more connection of the people. And in the bottom side, we have two images. That is the exhibition hall and the laboratory and theater pavilion. That, for example, in the exhibition hall, we have like this place where the people can sit and see the nature as a background to take the classes or the exhibitions that they want to see. And also, we have the herbal in that place that are the the blocks smaller of wood that are seen in the image. For the people can also use this place like a museum of nature. And in the laboratory and theater pavilion, we can see that how in the same place we connect the laboratory, that is this big volume that is floating, that in this way we can generate a square in the downside, in the bottom side, that make shadows for people can stay in the nature but in a more comfort way. And also in that same place but in the top side of the laboratory, we have the elevated walkway, so the people that are having taking this path to see the nature in a different way can connect and see how the other people are experience this botanical garden. So the connection of the people, it looks like in every part of the botanical garden of the experience. And in the bottom side of this, we have the two image that is the botanical garden, an image of the how all the people are walking the main paths and in the elevate paths, and how in the background of the image we have this greenhouse that is like a sculpture in the middle of the nature, that with this select of material of metal, with this color and with these shapes, it can dialogue and see that is part of the nature, that is not fighting with the nature, that is integrating with the nature. And on the other image, we have the image of the laboratory, that we can see how the people that can work with also this connection of the elevate path and with the views of the city. So the connection with other people is always constant, but not also with the people. It also the connection with people and with nature. And the last image in the bottom side is the elevated walkways where the people can see the nature in different perspective, in perspective that they cannot see if they were in the paths that are in the floor. So we can give a experience more integrated with the nature, that they can feel that they can touch the nature and they can have this dialogue with the nature.